Hi, I'm Natalie, and today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite comfort food dishes. It is Tikka Masala with Paneer. It's like an Indian comfort food dish. It's a creamy tomato base. I'm super excited to share with you this. Brandon and I love to make it on like a Sunday night. It's perfect for leftovers. It's just so delicious, so versatile. You can spice it up. You can switch out the protein. It's a really versatile dish, and I'm going to teach you how to make it at home. It's pretty simple. And so here, let's get started. All right, first things first, with all yummy dishes, we are going to saute some onions. So I've got a little bit of vegetable oil here, and I'll be moving over to the stove. I've got this on about medium heat because I don't want to burn anything. Put my oil in. Now I've got these onions. We are just going to saute these until they are translucent. And meanwhile, we'll be adding in a little bit of other spices. As these onions start to sweat and kind of start to get translucent, that should take anywhere from like 4 to 5 minutes. About halfway through, I like to add in the garlic. I press it through a press. We're gonna use 4 cloves today. If you don't have a garlic press, you can mince this and then just add it in after about 2 minutes of the onions sauteing with a little bit of vegetable oil and salt. This should be starting to smell really good as all of the onions and garlic kind of get a little translucent. Okay, once the garlic's kind of in there, and it'll be fragrant. You can smell it. Next up, we are going to add the serrano. I have minced up 1 serrano pepper, seeds, everything. If you hate spice, you can leave it out or just use half or take the seeds out. I like the spice in it. This isn't a very spicy dish. The tomato and the cream that we add later really cool it down. But if you want just a little bit of spice, add serrano pepper. Just gonna stir this in. Kind of saute it in there a little bit more. Really yummy. Okay, next up, I'm gonna grate in some fresh ginger. This is also another super fragrant, delicious thing to add. We are going to do about a tablespoon. So I have kind of like peeled off about 2 inches worth of this, and I'm just gonna eyeball it. You can measure this out beforehand if you'd like into a tablespoon if that makes you feel more comfortable. That's what Brandon likes to do. Next up, we are going to add in 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. So just go ahead and put that right on in, just like that. I'm gonna start to add a little bit of color to your dish and kind of soak up some of the liquid that your Alliums have sweated out. And Alliums are onions, garlic, all of those type of things. Next up, we have got a teaspoon of sugar. This is just gonna loosen up anything that's stuck to the bottom of the pot and balance some of the acidity from the tomatoes we're gonna add in just a second. Add this in. All right, next up, we have the good stuff. This is some of our spices. Today I'm using a little bit of cayenne pepper, coriander, cumin, and garam masala, which is an Indian spice. It's delicious. It should smell like really good, kind of like some warming spices. Heat things up. I'm just gonna toss those right on into the pan. Don't want to leave anything behind. Get that all in there. At this point, it should be getting kind of a little sticky on the pan. Now, got one more thing. I'm just gonna sprinkle in about a half a teaspoon of salt. At this point, add a little extra flavor. And now we're going to add our tomatoes. This is 1 large can of crushed tomatoes. It's 28 ounces, so However you get to 28 ounces, that totally works. And I'm just gonna pour this right in. This is gonna be the bulk of our sauce. Now for this part, mix everything together. Bring it to like a low boil. So you should see some bubbles coming up. And we are gonna let this simmer for 15 minutes. So cover it, and just let it do its thing, and we'll check on it again in 15 minutes. Okay, we've been letting this sit for about 15 minutes, so all the flavors can just kind of meld and come together. And now we are going to add in the last little bit of our tikka masala. So you want to use about 3/4 a cup of cream. You can use coconut cream or dairy cream, whichever one you prefer. And I'm just going to stir this in. All right, we are just adding in the cream. This is really going to help it just thicken up and just get that super, super creamy comfort that we all know and love. Just a word to the wise, you'll definitely want to have some cooked rice on hand. Okay, once that is all completely stirred in, take it off the heat so that your cream doesn't curdle. Next in, we're gonna add in the paneer. If you don't do dairy, you can totally add tofu. If you'd prefer more protein, chicken is a great option, just like a chicken breast cut up and cubed, cooked first. So cook it first and then add it to the sauce. Because as you can see, we are just gonna warm this up at this point. So I'm just gonna toss all of this in. And now I'm just gonna stir it. That was about a cup. You can use more or less. I'd use about 1 chicken breast or about a cup of cubed tofu. Again, that is totally a preference thing. You could eat the sauce without anything in it, but I just really like paneer in it. That's my personal favorite, so that's why I did that today. All right, and now your sauce is done. Like, that's it. So I'm just gonna do a little taste test, see if it needs anything extra salt or seasoning for my taste. That's pretty good. So next, I'm just gonna show you how to plate this and serve it, and we'll be done. Okay, so like I said before, I already had some rice ready to go. So I'm just going to place this in the bowl. A bowl works best for just a deep plate at least, so it doesn't spill everywhere. So we have like a nice sauce. You can use a long grain white rice, like jasmine would be perfect. We would prefer to use Sela rice, which is kind of like a Middle Eastern rice. It's long grain, it's kind of sweet. We really, really enjoy it. All right, so I've got my bowl here, ready to go. I'm just going to pop over here and add some sauce. Steal my rice spoon. I just want to get lots and lots of super yummy sauce here. Don't hold back. Like I said, this is a delicious comfort food. All right, we're gonna come right over here. And then I have grilled some naan bread. You can brush it with butter. We really like garlic butter naan. You can use whatever kind is available to you. Our grocery store makes it, so it makes it really easy to pick up fresh naan. If you can't find it, if it's frozen, just heat it up in the pan. Heating it up and brushing it with a little butter will make all the difference in the flavor. I like to top ours with a little bit of cilantro. Again, that's totally a preference thing. I like the little extra flavor that it adds. So just sprinkle that on. And now you have the perfect Sunday bowl. This is tikka masala with paneer, and I hope you enjoyed as much as we do.